Game week 4 of the Premier League was pure chaos. Liverpool remained top of the table, Chelsea close behind, Manchester City slip again, and Arsenal fall short at Anfield. Let's break it all down. Another weekend, another round of the Premier League chaos. Liverpool stay perfect at the top of the table. Chelsea closing behind in second. Manchester City are stunned again, and Liverpool fall short. So this is your full breakdown of game week 4. Let's get into it. All right. Let's start with Manchester United. Manchester United basically, they needed a win in this game. They beat Burnley 3-2 as well. So thank God, Old Trafford had a little bit of a good thing going on for them today. To be honest, I believe Manchester United deserved to win this game because they did really, really well. They had some great chances in the first half, and I thought they should be winning 3-0 even before they went into halftime as well. It's a shame that it came down to like the last minute of the game to actually win the game for themselves. But at the end of the day, they do get the all important 3 points, and it is the first 3 points of the new season for Manchester United. But you could see that Manchester United are very, very vulnerable, and as soon as Burnley started putting some pressure on them, they started becoming a bit nervy in that game. So, I think for the first 30, 40 minutes, Manchester United should have won this game pretty easily. And, Brian Mbeumo getting his goal, and also might be a little bit of a problem with Cunha going off injured. Hopefully, Manchester United can kick on from here, even though they have a few hard fixtures coming up after the international break with City, Chelsea, Liverpool, and so on and so forth. Hopefully, they can do well for themselves as well. Generally, they do turn up against bigger teams. Let's see if that happens again. Let's go on to Chelsea. So over at Stamford Bridge, Chelsea kept their momentum. I say that a bit sarcastically because I believe it was a bit difficult in that first half. A lot of people are talking about the controversy with uh, you know the controversy with all these VAR decisions and so on and so forth. Honestly, I just don't see what the controversy is. It's a clear foul, a clear penalty, and the ball wasn't in play that much in the first half. They played 8 minutes extra, but it's a minimum of 8 minutes. They always say that, right? Like it's a minimum of 8 minutes to be added on, and once it's on the referee to do whatever they want to do afterwards. He played 30 seconds extra. We score a goal, and then we went on to win the game 2-0. So it is what it is. It's pretty box standard at the end of the day, and they move on to second place in the Premier League. In a bit of a shocking sort of situation, Bournemouth beat Spurs. Actually, Bournemouth really smashed Spurs. I think that's a much better way of saying it, because I don't think Spurs had a shot on target until later the game as well. Bournemouth could have won this game quite comfortably, but it was quite difficult for them to score that extra goal. Semenyo was, like in on goal all the time, and it was just unbelievable why they didn't score a goal, like a second goal or a third goal in that game. But it just goes to show how good Iraola is as a manager, and maybe a little bit of a few wake-up calls for Thomas Frank's Spurs as well. Over at Goodison Park, Everton edged like a 5-goal thriller, right? Like, and as I was saying in my previous videos, Everton are looking better and better every single day. They win against Wolves. The bigger story here is Jack Grealish is it's actually cooking, 3 assists. It's unbelievable. Kieran Dewsbury Hall from Chelsea comes over, scores a goal, gets an assist as well. Wolves really did play well in this game, but I think Everton were actually clear winners, deserved winners as well. Going on to the Sunderland game, Sunderland win 2-1 over Brentford back in the Premier League, and they're actually flying. And a 2-1 win over Brentford is going to keep their momentum going forward as well. Chelsea are going to be recalling Mark Guiu from Sunderland because of the injury to Liam Delap. But they are fearless. They attack, and this is not a bad Brentford team. Brentford are very, 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 very good Premier League side, and they're doing quite well for themselves as well. And then we go on to Manchester City, which is far out. Man, it's I have no words. They just lost to Brighton and Hove Albion. It's just far out. Yeah, it's they lost to a guy who has a name which is practically a fucking airline, right? Like it's Air Garuda. That's what happened. However, in saying that, Brighton were deserved winners in this game, and I was mentioning Brighton are no mugs. Erling Haaland did get his goal, but he needed to do a little bit better in this game. But Manchester City, man, seems like there is a bit of trouble in Manchester City. One of the shock results this weekend was West Ham United beating Nottingham Forest, and wow, 3-0 at the Forest home ground as well, and that's a bit of a strange one because Nottingham Forest are not a bad team. Maybe this is a sign of maybe Nuno being a bit too naive as well, but it's very, very strange, very, 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 very strange. But maybe Nuno is under a bit of pressure, as we were talking about a week or so ago. He has come out and been a bit of a weird one, but wow, losing to West Ham, that's never a good thing. Then we finally come on to the blockbuster game of the season, game of the basically match week, which is Liverpool versus Arsenal. And yes, Arsenal lose at Anfield to lose their terrific sort of record against the Big Six, and finally they have been beaten at Anfield 1-0. From what I understand, it's a bit of a game of two halves. Apparently it was a very, very cagey game, and it just took a moment of brilliance basically. And in all honesty, I think the braver team in the second half was Liverpool. I watched it back, and in the balance, I think Liverpool did deserve to win, because if you're brave enough, you create some chances. Sometimes moments of magic happen, and it's as simple as that. Dominic Szoboszlai has taken like a real big shine to this right back role, just like Arne Slot made Ryan Gravenberch a really good player last year. So this is another Arne Slot magical moment for Liverpool. So it's I think Liverpool are now getting stronger and stronger with Isak coming into the team, and also Mark Guehi coming into the team. It's just further reassuring their dominance in the league, and hopefully now this makes them overwhelming favorites to win the league as well. So more power to Liverpool. Keep doing what you're doing. But then we come on to the final game of the match week, and just before the international break, this is not a bad way to end the match week, with Crystal Palace winning against Aston Villa, and Aston Villa are in real big trouble. Mark Guehi scoring a screamer. Unai Emery's side clearly not doing well. They are not doing well, and I believe Unai Emery must be actually under a lot of pressure. And if this continues, I'm pretty sure Unai Emery might get the sack before or during the next sort of international break. It's unbelievable. They cannot register a win. Uh, just like Newcastle are not being able to register a win against Leeds United as well. It's it's sort of a bad situation for both clubs at the moment. So hopefully both Newcastle and Aston Villa can get their acts together and start putting some wins on the board, because even with all the other stuff happening around the clubs, they need to start putting some wins together to for their fans, for the Premier League, to at least start off doing something. So it's just ridiculous because both teams have only 1 point to show for themselves. So let's see what happens after the international break. There is only one more day in the transfer window. Let's see what happens. So overall, I believe this is not a bad game week for Chelsea. It's a brilliant game. Brilliant game week for Liverpool as well. A few of the rivals actually dropping points, and they're maintaining their sort of dominance on the Premier League by showing them how to be perfect. So basically, for me, this is how it looks like, or like at the top of the Premier League at the moment. At the end of game week 3, Liverpool with 9 points off the top of the tables, Chelsea in second with 7 points, Arsenal closely with 6 points, Manchester City back-to-back defeats. It's a very un-City like start, but let's not forget, Sunderland, Brighton, both doing really well, and then showing that they can mix up with the big boys. The question is quite simple: are Liverpool overwhelming favorites? Are they going to walk the league? So that's basically the question for this week. And should Manchester City be worried as well? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the breakdown, hit a like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more Premier League analysis every single week. This is the Offside Trap signing off, where we break down the game one trap at a time. See you next time.